Hey, what's going on? It's Stokely from Sauce on Delay. Oh man. Let's keep it short, let's keep it concise, right? As much as possible. Happy New Year. I want to talk about tonsils and the appendix. Now, the tonsils are part of your lymphatic system. I don't really know exactly what that does, but there's a bunch of lymph nodes all around your organs in your body. And supposedly, you can massage them, you can do things like that to promote the flow between your lymph nodes. One way that they suggest you can do that is by dry brushing. So dry brushing can not only help with exfoliation, but it can also help massage your lymphatic system. Now your tonsils, sometimes they want to remove them when they get infected. I would say try your best to avoid having those removed. I don't know how serious your infection might be. I've known people who've had severe infections in their tonsils and have chosen not to, have elected not to have them removed, and are living fairly well without them. Now, oh my gosh, I wasn't coughing the whole time. I was at my mother's house. Now I'm in my car, I'm coughing. Let me crack the window. Maybe it's some kind of pollutant in here. It's probably the cold weather. Anyhow, back to focusing. So, your tonsils are involved in the synthesis of a certain kind of white blood cell. So it's involved in basically helping your immune system perform. Excuse me. So that's as much as I know about it. If your tonsils get, try to brush your teeth, try to gargle vigorously, if possible. Gargle with diluted peroxide. I've been battling a cold for probably the past 2 weeks now, and I've been doing bad stuff like eating bad food and stuff like that. So, and I haven't done my anti-inflammatory, anti-mucosal kind of things. So that's why I'm still coughing a bit. I just had some chocolate, which I should not have had. But hey, I'm doing it to myself. So hopefully you have more discipline than I do. So gargle with some diluted peroxide. I like to gargle with Listerine also, especially when I'm sick. If I'm not sick, I don't really use the Listerine too much. People say, some people say that Listerine contributes to heart disease, but actually, I don't have any opinion on that. But from what I understand, having a dirty mouth is a bigger contributor to, well, not bigger, but having a dirty mouth, not brushing your teeth before you go to bed can contribute to heart disease. That's what I understand. So I'd prefer just to use it. If you think that Listerine is dangerous, then maybe you can just use the peroxide, because the peroxide just breaks down in not too long. These people are driving 60 miles an hour and they want me to drive 60 miles an hour. The speed limit is 50, so I'm gonna drive 50. Okay? You might not like that, huh? I'm sorry, but I don't speed. I don't speed at all. If you wanna maintain control, maintain visibility, all these things, you gotta drive at a controllable speed. I was in an accident at the beginning of 2023. 2024, I'm planning not to have any accidents at all. I haven't had accidents since, I don't know, 2014 maybe. before that one. So let's keep it that way. So what am I saying? Okay, now the appendix. The appendix is a little sac. I believe it's at the corner of your I want to say it's the corner of the one of the corners of your large intestine. I want to say, I'm not totally sure where it's located, because absorption takes place in the small intestine, so that shouldn't be right. But anyhow, the appendix is some part of your intestines. Let's just say that. It's a little sac. Bacteria get inside of it. Your body basically takes that bacteria, puts it in its database, and is able to identify certain bacteria and attack it and all that stuff. So it's also kind of aids your immune system. It's a repository, in my opinion, for bacteria. That's why it can get infected if stuff gets stuck in there, or stuff like that. So, or if it gets injured or whatever, it can swell up. It can potentially hold too much bacteria, and then you get appendicitis. You get a lot of pain, and then they want to remove it. But I'm pretty sure that there's probably an alternative. They could probably just cut you open and release the pressure off of it, put it back together. I would think so. I didn't go that much into depth into it. But anyhow, people who have had their appendix removed are more prone for Alzheimer's, more prone for a lot of kidney stones. They're more prone to a lot of other complications related to gut biome deficiency, because since they don't have an appendix anymore as a repository for certain bacteria, the gut doesn't keep or retain certain bacteria that's necessary for digestion and absorption. So you're gonna have to take probiotics. But I've been looking at the bacteria that you become deficient in, and those aren't available in probiotics. So what you may have to ultimately have done is a procedure where another person's fecal matter is put into your colon, because it contains the bacteria that is necessary that you are currently lacking. And I forgot what it's called. I think it's called FGM, or it's called fecal transplantation, something like FT. I forgot. I don't remember what the name of it is. But it's basically transplanting someone else's feces into your colon, and that enables that puts that bacteria inside your gut, so it helps your digestion now. And this transplantation, this fecal transplantation, can potentially reverse mental illness. It can treat a multitude of gut biome related complications. That's amazing. I think that's amazing. So anyhow, you should probably, try to get them, if they decide to try to take out your appendix, see if they can save it. See if something else can be done. Because that's not good. So, and one way you could probably save your appendix is by eating more of a plant-based diet. So from my limited research, or just encountering this information, not even really researching, but encountering this information, I realized many of the bacteria in your gut, they love plants. They love plant matter. And they are good at eating plant matter because that's what they like to eat. That's what makes them grow. So these bacteria that help break down your food, they love plants. So eating more plants, that feeds them. So those you probably want to eat more of a plant-based diet. Now the meat, understandably, maybe we don't have the bacteria in our stomach. I don't know. I'm just gonna speculate. I don't want to speculate right now. Let me just speak on what I know. The bacteria in our gut, it loves to eat plants, so it can chew that up and spit it out and make it bioavailable much more easily, make the nutrients more bioavailable from plants. Also, the bacteria in our gut doesn't respond well to pesticides, so it's very important to try to consume only quote-unquote organic foods that are don't have as much pesticide. Organic food still has pesticide. It just doesn't have as much pesticide. So you just want to give yourself the best chance you can get, because most of us, we don't have the capability to provide for ourselves nutritionally in that kind of way. We don't have a farm, right? So also, you could probably eat meats that don't take a long time to digest, like beef. They say beef stays in your intestine way longer than vegetables. So that's one thing that's two things that I would do. Eat more plants, eat more fiber, eat less red meat and hard meats and stuff like that, because your gut will be able to digest it and it'll keep your pancreas safe. And of course, stay away from high risk things like falling off of buildings, falling off of cliffs, and crashing your motorcycle, and being a kickboxer or being a boxer or any kind of contact sport like that where your appendix could get damaged. You probably want to stay away from those things. That's really all I gotta say right now. I thank you so much for listening, and I gotta do something, so I'll see y'all later. Bye.